Alright, so today after work I popped into the LDS, picked up a new order of cards. Mail call. Let's see what I got. Let me tell you where it's going. I got Twilight Prophet alternate art. I've got one in Edgar Markov, and well, she's really cool. I think I've gotten one somewhere else, and I thought she'd be great for well, any deck where I want to draw more cards. So at the beginning of Cape, I have the City's Blessing, show off the top card of my library, and put it in my hand. Yeah, card draw. Each bundle loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is that card's mana value. Oh, baby. And she's a 2/4 flyer for 2 black. I also got this guy, Darkstar Augur. Who was it I was watching? I think I was watching Trinket Mage. I was watching Trinket Mage, and they're doing their favorite cards from 2024. And I didn't know this guy existed. There's so many damn sets, I can't keep up with them all. Not even Bloomburrow. Wow, it's a really good set. I liked it. It throws back to what I remember as being Magic the Gathering. It's not dudes in trench coats and hats playing detective. It's not dudes in dusters and cowboy hats being cowboys. That make no goddamn. Why is Queen Marquesa in Thunder Junction? Why? She's a queen. She controls at least a kingdom, probably an empire, and she just goes off on her own without any of her retinue, without any of her wealth and power, to some dirt town? That doesn't make any fucking sense. But Bloomburrow, it was nice. So this guy, 2 and a black for 2/3 flyer. Offspring, I don't remember what that does. I think if I spend the Offspring cost, I get a token copy of this. I don't remember. I probably shouldn't have gotten the Expert Edition. I probably should have got the set card, but this card had better art. So I would know. Hello. Look, it's a bat. It's a bat warlock.
He's weird.
Well, he's a bat warlock. He's a bat wizard, basically. Warlock is kind of a wizard.
Okay. Yeah. Is it around Halloween?
It looks that way.
Yeah.
But not really. It's just a bat flying in front of the moon.
Okay.
He's got flying and offspring.
What?
He's got this ability called offspring.
That's weird.
Oh yeah, I don't know what it does.
No.
But I do know at the beginning of my upkeep, I show off the top card of my library and put that card in my hand. I lose life. He's like Dark Confidant.
Okay.
He's a flying
Bye-bye.
Dark Confidant. Bye-bye. That's basically what he is. He's a flying Dark Confidant. Huh. Anyway, I think I'll put him into Ikashidiki Sudarakondo because his toughness is higher than his power. Probably replace the, what is that cat? Pretty little kitty cat, the Alms Collector. So Alms Collector is a 3/4 on the ground for 4 mana, 3 and a white, but she has flash. If opponent draw 2 or more cards, instead, you and the player each draw a card. It's not. It's situational. Alms Collector is highly situational. If it prevents my opponents from drawing a grip of cards, it gives me some benefit out of this guy. Every turn, I would get another card. So, I think what I want to do is run them concurrently. I want to run them together. But first, I need to figure out what the hell Offspring is. That was good. Did I just get one? Yeah, I just got one. Red Sun's Twilight. So, again, Trinket Mage. This was on his. Was it on Trinket Mage? I was talking about this? I think it was. So 2 red, X. Destroy up to X artifacts. If X is 5 or more, for each artifact destroyed, this white create a token that's a copy of it. Those tokens get haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. Unfortunately, it's a sorcery. If it were an instant, oh, holy shit. So, I don't know exactly what deck I'm going to put this into. I'm thinking I might put it into Saskia. Saskia has gone into a token form. I played a couple games last night, and I realized I need to make some changes to the deck. I'll make another video about that later. But I've got, it's not Aura Shards. Oh, what the hell is that card? I hate it when I can't remember the name. There's so many cards, so many names. Jesus Christ. I know what it does. I can picture it in my head. I just can't picture the name in my head. What is it called? Artifact Mutation. Oh, it's an obvious name. Artifact Mutation costs green and red. Destroy an artifact, and I get 1/1 saplings according to the artifact CMC. So if I blow up something like a Nyx Lotus, I get 4 1/1 saplings. If I blow up a Chromatic Lantern, I get 3. And it's an instant. So, I don't know. I was thinking maybe I would replace that with this, because this can destroy more artifacts. And if I spend at least 7 on it, I get copies of them, I get tokens. And if I have Doubling Season out, or Anointed Procession out, I would get 2 copies. And the copies created by Doubling Season and Anointed Procession would not be exiled at the end of the turn. Just the copies created for Red Sun's Twilight. So it's a very interesting card. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put it. Then I got 2 of these, Glittering Stockpile. Tap, add red, put a stash counter on the Glittering Stockpile, sacrifice it, add X amount of any one color, or X the number of stash counters on the stockpile. And it's a treasure. So, since it's a treasure itself, treasures you can sacrifice to add 1 amount of any color. But this doesn't say it has that ability, it just says it's a treasure. So I don't know if that ability is endemic to treasures, or if it needs to have that ability, tap, sacrifice this, add 1 amount of any color, printed on it. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, I got 2 of these because they were so interesting, and the foils were cheap. So I'm going to put 1 into Kervek and replace a Chromatic Lantern. Yes, I've got a black-red deck that plays Chromatic Lantern. When Cube saw that, Chromatic Lantern in a 2-color deck? Yes, in a 2-color deck. And he didn't ask any questions, but he also didn't realize how important to me that Chromatic Lantern was, because I have a lot of lands that produce colorless mana. And it's nice to be able to have the added utility of tapping them for black or red as I need. But I think the stockpile will be more interesting in Kervek than Chromatic Lantern. It costs the same. 2, well, Lantern is 3 colorless, this is 2 and a red specifically. But taps for red, gets the sash counters. I have a Goblin Welder, so after I sacrifice this, if I need it back, I can always use Goblin Welder to weld it back together by sacrificing an artifact. Then also they mentioned the Skyclave Relic. No, it wasn't on his end of the year. It was Trinket Mage, and Trinket Mage was talking about the best cheap mana rocks you could buy. So, Glittering Stockpile was one of the best cheap mana rocks he could recommend. Skyclave Relic was on there, so I ordered 1 too. 3 mana, kicker 3. If I spend the kicker, I get 2 tokens that are copies of this. So I get 3 Skyclave Relics for 6 mana. And they're all indestructible, and they can all tap for mana of any one. I don't know where I'm going to put this. I really don't. I just know that I'm going to put it somewhere. Did I get 2? Yes, I got 2. And then I got Chulane, Teller of Tales. I've complained about Chulane before, but he was cheap. He was only 50 crowns, which is about US $2.50, euro, €2. In case I do decide to build that fucked up elf deck I keep thinking about. So 2 blue, green, white, 2/4 vigilant human druid. Whenever I cast a creature spell, draw a card. Then I might put a land card from my hand on the battlefield. So if I have Allurin out, I can play a creature at CMC 3 or less for free, and then draw a card. If it's land, I can put it into play. And then I can play another creature for free if I have Allurin out. Draw another card. If it's a creature, CMC 3 or less, I can play it for free. The idea is just go through my whole deck. Just go through the whole deck, play on my lands, put out a coat of arms, put out Kungard Crossroads and just smash into everybody. That's the idea. And I just got him in case I decided to execute that idea. What I might do is I might build him. I have 22 commander decks. 2 of them I don't really consider mine because they're Lord of the Rings precons that I've modified Lord of the Rings cards. So I've made them kind of mine, but I didn't build them from scratch. The other 20 I built from scratch. 2 are for Astruzna, which is a harder environment, more combo-rich environment. The other 18, plus the 2 Lord of the Rings, are for Prague. Prague, I have to restrain myself. And the tension of restraining myself and not kicking off an arms race is quite entertaining, actually. But Tulane, I could play him in Astruzna, and I've got most of the cards for it. I've got a lot of the elves, a lot of the lords, I didn't put into Voya, because Voya really doesn't need them. So they're just sitting around doing nothing, and all I have to do is get the buy another Learn, which buying another reserve list card, another copy one, doesn't really bother me, and I don't think it's that much. Let me check, how much is a Learn these days? I'm going to MKM right now. Log in. Come on, log in. A-L-U-R-E-N. Allurin. How much is Allurin these days? Okay. Let's look at the English copies. Looks like I can get one for about... I can get an EX Allurin for as low as 30 euros, including shipping. It's not bad. Do they have any... Excuse me, do they have any signed copies? Let's see. How much would a signed Allurin be? Oh, there's one, and it's 280 euros. I'm not spending 280 euros for a Allurin. No. No, not when I can get one for 30. I'm sure the signature's nice, but it's not 250 euros nice. And then also I got Horobi das Whale. So, MKM, Horobi is about 30 euros. At my old Yes, they had them for 20, so I went ahead and picked one up. The new Horobi, the Mr. Kark, he's just fucking weird. It's so weird to me. This is what Horobi should look like. So I'm either going to replace the new Horobi in Kenrith, or I'm going to replace him as the commander of my Horobi deck. So it looks right to me again. I don't know which one. But anyway, this guy is going to get sleeved up and he's going in some deck. And then I got this. Then I got Nature's Will. The reason I got this is, so another deck idea I had is to build some kind of Naya deck and use, or in Saskia, put an Aggravated Assault. Aggravated Assault is a 2 colorless, 1 red enchantment where you spend 3 in red. If and you tap all your creatures that attack this turn, or you tap all your creatures. Let's see. Aggravated Assault. Do I untap all my creatures? Okay. So 3 double red. Untap all creatures you control, whether they attacked or not. If it's a main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by additional main phase. Activate only this. So the idea is, if I have Nature's Will, and I attack, if just one creature, just one, hits my opponent, then I tap all my lands. So I can aggravate Activated Assault. So if I aggravate Activated Assault, then I get another attack. As long as one of those creatures hits my opponent, I can tap all my, and I can just keep doing it. That's the idea. Super attack deck. It's just an idea in the back of my head. I don't really have space for it in Saskia. I'm still fine-tuning her. I realize that some of the bigger creatures I have are not working well with the way the deck actually functions. So I don't think I'm going to do that with her, but now that I have the extra Nature's Will and I have an Aggravated Assault in my collection, it's an idea. And that's it. That's the mail call for today. All right. Cheers.